Hey y'all, welcome to January's post for Pools of Blessing. As many of you know, we have experienced a great loss in our family. My son took his life back in October. So the best I can say about the holidays is that we made it, right? Like we made it through. There's just so much that comes with it. Thanksgiving was easier than Christmas because in Thanksgiving you only have like the day and maybe the day before you're doing preparations. But with December, with Christmas, it just feels like the whole month. All it is just celebrating and preparing. And I just found that my heart just wasn't there this year, obviously. So I did want to go ahead and do a post for the month of January, though. What I'm going to share today is actually something that my daughter, Kat, wrote. Kat is a sophomore. She's 15 years old and she's an incredible writer. And one thing that she did when Jack passed was that she started to journal and reflect on what it's been like to lose her brother. And she just wrote a really beautiful piece right after he had died, kind of like reflecting on how they had been in not such a great place during those middle school years, but that their relationship had really come quite a ways along, especially because of show choir and how they got close through that. Some of the pictures that you'll see in my post, one of them is at show choir a couple years ago when Jack's group won top prize, and the other picture that's in the gallery is on the very left. It's my daughter and Jack at the lake when we lived in Nebraska. And what's so cute about this picture is that if you look very closely, you can see that he is pulling on her hair. But she like just has this huge grin of joy, like my brother's with me, I'm hanging out with them. And so they've really always had a really special relationship. So I wanted to share her writing. I hope that you pass this along. I hope that you share it with someone, even if it's just one person. I'll say it again and again and again. Mental health needs to be talked about. It needs to be addressed. And even in the midst of my deep grief of losing my son to suicide, I am still pushing for it because I don't want other families to hurt like we are hurting right now. All right. So this is by Kat. It's the first entry is called The Year We Didn't Talk and How We Started Again. Dear Jack, I remember the year we didn't talk. It was after years of fighting and influenced by middle school angst, when you told me I was annoying and many words that hurt to listen to. The words that hurt because you, my brother, were saying them. We eventually lapsed into a very long silence, broken only when communication was necessary. That's how I remember it. But my memory isn't reliable. I was so deep in my own sorrows I didn't want to talk to anyone in the family, and I thought you plainly didn't enjoy my company. I don't think that's true now. Show choir was the best experience I could have asked for because it ended the long year of quiet between us. It brought joy, the joy of overcoming challenges and anxieties, and the joy that I felt you were proud of me. I didn't think you would come, but there you were sitting in the audience. I wanted to continue show choir. I found it exciting and fun, and I think in some ways I used it to get closer to you. I remember watching you perform the year I started show choir, sitting on the floor of the high school auditorium in my sparkling white dress and those annoying heels, straining to see a glimpse of your positions on stage. The funny way you would mess with your hair when dancing. I always noted how you were never supposed to do that, as they told us, and found it funny when you, as a higher group member, would. Then the next year, the year we started talking, the year we became close, and I think it started because of show choir, those two relieving things. When you had to take me to competitions and practice because it was convenient, when you complained, but not as much as I had expected, when we could hold a conversation finally. I remember the surprise of watching you sit in the front row at a dress rehearsal, you pointing me out to your friends, but not in a mean or a judging way. You seemed almost proud. I remember after the first competition you told me I did well and talked me out of my panicky state. The same competition your show choir won first, and we took a picture together. I was smiling exhaustively, and you were grinning, the medal between your teeth. On the opposite side, the last competition, you were depressed, and yet you stayed. You stayed because I told you I wanted to stay. So I think that's why I was upset when you quit show choir the next year. Would we still be close? Would we still be able to talk like we could before? But the worry was for nothing. When I asked you to take me somewhere, you willingly obliged, and we could hold conversations without them even needing to involve show choir. Like a day about a month ago when you asked me to help you clean the kitchen. I did, and we talked. We talked for a long time, and you told me what had happened in your junior year. I wish I had had more words for you then. I'm so glad we got close again like when we were young. I miss those days. Now I will miss the opportunity to talk more with you, to learn more about you and your thoughts and opinions and likes and dislikes. I'm glad we could talk again after that year, but I wish we had more years to do so. Kat. Clearly, still very emotional for me. And the big emotion, I think, is just, as parents, we're mourning the loss of Jack, but we also have to navigate helping Kat through such a deep loss. And so I'm just going to finish with this plea for the new year. If you're a person of faith or hope, please send up some positive thoughts and wishes, not just for my family, but especially for my daughter, Kat. She is an amazing person. And I just want joy and hope and peace to be part of her 2024. All right. Blessings to you. We'll see you next month.